Alright, in the third video for week 5, we're going to talk about some TNB properties. This video is going to be kind of quick, just because it's kind of at a high level here. So if you were to use the definitions, chain rule, algebra, and just pull in some other facts, we get some nice relations with these T, N, and B vectors. If I look at the derivative of the unit tangent vector with respect to S, okay, remember that S is that arc length function, okay. What this ends up being is that it is the curvature, so kappa, times the normal vector, okay. And also just a note here on this, okay, as we've defined curvature, that's always a non-negative value, okay. So then what this means is that the unit normal vector points in the direction that we are turning. Alright, okay. The second very nice property that we get is that if I look at the derivative of the unit binormal vector with respect to that arc length function, then that is negative tau, I'll explain what that is, times the normal vector, okay? And as you can see below, tau of t, so it is dependent on our parameter t, just as the other vectors are. We call that torsion, and it measures kind of the twistiness of the path in that third dimension. So when it's going in or out of a sheet, for instance, if we're thinking of it as the z-axis. And unlike kappa, or our curvature, torsion can actually be any real number, okay. And so just keep that in mind. If it's positive, it's kind of coming out, it's twisting out, versus if it's negative, it's twisting in. So just keep that in mind as you're working through this. There is also a very nice theorem, and the textbook has it in about a huge giant paragraph, and I've summarized it here in a sentence. The idea of it is that if we have two curves and they have the same curvature and torsion, well then the curves themselves are congruent. So they might be in different arrangements or whatever, but if we line them up, they would be exactly the same. Okay, and that's really it for this video. Again, it's kind of short. In the next video, we'll talk about the last topic in this section of acceleration. Stay tuned.